The night everything fell apart began with the sparkle of champagne and the echo of polished shoes across marble floors. My company CEO had thrown one of his grand parties, the kind of event where every smile cost something and every handshake hit ambition. I had expected my wife, Laura, to be there with me. Her laughter always drew attention. Her presence always seemed to complete the picture. Instead, I stood in the middle of that glittering room, staring at a text that hollowed me out. I'm staying at David's tonight. Don't wait up. David, a name I knew too well. He was a colleague, charming, loaded, always at the center of the crowd. The bluntness of her words hit like a slap. No excuses, no attempt at deception, just a casual betrayal tossed at me as though she were reminding me to take out the trash. For a moment, the party blurred around me. Glasses clinked, laughter floated, and promotions were whispered over wine. But my marriage had just ended in the span of a single message. Rage flared inside me, but I kept my expression composed. Years of discipline trained me to wear a mask, and I wasn't about to let her see me crumble. Laura always thrived on attention. Adoration was her fuel. At first, I dismissed it as harmless, part of her charm. But gradually, her nights outgrew later, her explanations thinner, her dismissal sharper. I ignored the red flags, convincing myself she'd settle down, that the vows we exchanged still meant something to her. But this text wasn't a warning. It was the final nail. Sliding my phone into my pocket, I forced a polite smile when my CEO congratulated me on a recent project. No one noticed the storm building beneath the surface. And that was my advantage, because while Laura thought she was in control, I was already planning my reply. I stepped out onto the balcony, city lights glimmering like scattered jewels. Another buzz lit up my phone. Don't make this a big deal. I'll explain later. Her audacity almost made me laugh. She expected me to sit quietly while she spent the night with another man. That's when I realized she didn't see me as her husband anymore, just a placeholder. I typed slowly, each word deliberate. Funny, I'm at the CEO's party right now. And guess who just asked about you, Laura? I sent it, pocketed the phone, and went back inside. Minutes later, the read receipt appeared. No reply. The silence was louder than any excuse she could have sent. Laura's greatest fear was reputation. She lived for the image of perfection. And now, I let her stew in the thought that her secret could unravel in front of the very circle she worshipped. I mingled, smiled, and shook hands as if nothing had happened. When my CEO asked where she was, I simply said she couldn't make it tonight. Prior commitment. My words were light, but edged with truth she'd feel if they ever reached her. By the time I returned home, the house looked unchanged but felt foreign. Her perfume lingered in the air, her shoes by the door, but none of it mattered anymore. It was just the museum of a marriage already dead. Near midnight, I heard the door creak open. Laura slipped in, trying to be quiet. When she saw me sitting in the living room, glass of scotch in hand, she froze. "You're still up?" she whispered. I studied her, really studied her, and for the first time in months I didn't see charm. I saw guilt written all over her face. "Did David drive you home?" I asked calmly. Her lips parted, closed again. "It's not what you think." I gave a bitter laugh. "Then what should I think? That you texted your husband you're staying at another man's place for what? A board game." Her face flushed. She tried to reach for me, but I leaned away. "At that party tonight, I realized something." I said, "I don't need to beg for respect. I don't need to fight for scraps of loyalty. The moment I stopped caring about your excuses, I won." Tears filled her eyes. "Please, Mark, we can fix this." But it was already too late. The divorce papers were ready. The lawyer on call. She had gambled everything, convinced I'd always forgive. But even the most patient man has a breaking point. The separation was swift. She lost the house, the comfort of my income, and the image she clung to so desperately. She called, texted, pleaded, but each attempt only confirmed the truth she had refused to accept. I was finished. Her real loss wasn't the lifestyle or the status. It was realizing that when she finally wanted me back, there was nothing left of the man she once knew. The night she chose David, she buried us